Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. We are back, even if last week we were not able to be here because I was not in Europe. I was in Miami traveling, working, but we are back. We are back. The game Italia-Moldova or Moldova-Italia is over with a win, a difficult one from the Azzurri that now are obliged to win with more than 10 goals difference against Norway, which I will already tell you will not gonna happen. Cambiaso played. We have Farhad with us, and we also have Frederic. So let's try to have Frederic because we had some technical problems. So we were not waiting for the end of the game of Italy to be up, but just to see if Frederic is able to hear us now.
I am. I hope you can hear me too.
Yes.
What did you do? On and off?
I don't know. No, I did everything. I smacked the computer around a bit, and that did the trick, I think. So good to be here.
You know how usually it works like that. On, off. If it doesn't work, you shake a bit, and then it solves a lot of things in life.
Yes, it did. It did.
For the people that are watching, we are live now, so you can comment, because you know that we love to read you. For the people that will watch in replay, well, it will be a bit too late for us to read your comments live, but you can still write because I love to read your comments. For the people that are not being here on YouTube, well, hello. For all the people that are listening to us on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts on the channel of Turin Giants.
Check.
Farhad, that's a beautiful one. How are things going on the podcast since that we started? Because today is already the 10th episode.
Boys and girls, yeah, number 10. More and more people have been discovering us through you. Comments are kind. Everyone says we should have more people on. Should have more subscribers on YouTube, and if you can go on youtube.com/Turin Giants official, we would really appreciate it. And we've been doing a lot of work, so thank you. Thanks to everyone who joined through our podcast here with Uncle Beppe.
Let's say hello to all the people that are already in the chat. Andy Big Lips is there. I had the pleasure to meet Andy Big Lips in Miami. It was a real pleasure. I even made an autograph on a beautiful picture that he had, but it was beautiful to meet Andy. Buongiorno for a new member, Roberto Vacca. You're absolutely welcome, my friends. Really appreciate it for counting you as a new member on the chat and on the channel. By the way, I have an answer for you, Frederica. I will tell you in a second. Buongiorno, Ivan. Buongiorno, Bogdan. Ciao, UV Fan for Live. Buongiorno to Slavi, to Davide, sempre qui presente con noi. Ciao a Sam, Mauri, Juve 97. Ciao a Mazzako, LJJ is there in the place together with us. We have a lot of Juventini like GTA Bianconero, new member as well of the chat. And now that we see Sasha on time, Sasha, we can officially start with the live. But first of all, I need to say hello to not Frederic, but to Federico. Federico, that is a huge, big pioneer of Juventus fans in Belgium. Always a pleasure to have you on here on the chat. I have an answer for you, Frederic. You remember when you told me, Beppe? Oh, no, actually, it's for both of you because you were the one that was asking the question. Do you remember, Farhad, what is the capacity of the stadium? I asked.
Big controversy. I got a lot of emails and calls, and I failed. I forgot that we added, dugout seats, and what's the official? Let's go.
The official new numbers are 41,685. 41,685. It's impossible to have more accurate numbers than that because I asked the one that is responsible for the stadium. So it's impossible to have more accurate than that.
You asked the guy who actually put the seats in there, right?
Yeah. The one that counted that counts them every night before closing the stadium.
That's very good to know. I just wanted to add, Beppe, if I may. I was really jealous of you.
Of my.
I was watching. Yes. No, I was watching your clips, and I saw you not because you met Trezeguet and had that nice interview and played with him, but the beach, the sun.
Played is a big word. Played is a big word.
But I mean, you did something. But the environment and it was honestly, when I watched it, I was so happy for you because I could see that you were genuinely happy. If you know what I mean. and it brought me so much joy because we missed one episode last week due to scheduling issues and whatnot. But seeing you there, seeing you so happy and so relaxed, really, really made me feel good. So I was a bit jealous too. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm happy that you had such a good time, man. It seemed awesome. So hats off to you, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. No, if you allow me 2 minutes to go through the journey, I believe it has been the biggest experience I ever had as a content creator, because it was a two-part journey. The first part was to be in the creator lab for a big one, the live shopping that we did on the e-commerce site of Juve. They already did it once with Real Madrid. This one was the second time, or the second club that was organizing it. Let's see if we will plan other in the future. But I can tell you that it was a lot of pre-work, because there was a script, so it was not just let's go and speak, because it was a 1 hour 30 live. But I must say that the 2 days that I was there, it was a Tuesday and Wednesday, were huge. Were really huge, with 15 people, more than 15 people that were working on building the setup, and then technicians for the audio, for the video, people that were there for the script, people that were there from Fanatics,
Was the
from
guy
Adidas.
who puts the seats in place? Was he there
He
too?
was not there. He was not there. He was not there. But there was a lot of pressure. I really felt the pressure, because we had like one rehearsal, and I tell you the truth, I fucked up. But really, 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 when it was when it was a rehearsal, because it's 1 hour 30, there was a prompter, not with everything that I needed to say, but with the chapters and some sentences, key
Mhm.
sentences. And I was watching the camera in the
Uh-huh.
rehearsal, and then I was watching the script, and I was totally lost, because it's moving, so I didn't know
Can't
where I had
imagine.
to watch anymore. I totally messed up, and I must say that after 1 hour 30 of rehearsal of that big part, I was like, "Oh my man, we are starting in 60 minutes, and I don't know if I will be able to do it, but there are all these people are counting on me." So I sat down really fast, because I need to react. I sat down with the one of the script, and I said, okay, let's remove all these long sentences, because I'm totally lost. I cannot read them. So let's put just bullet points, and I will improvise. I will go with the flow. I will be as natural as possible. And it worked, because then it was
Yeah.
really, really nice as an experience. Really, really fun, also because it's Adidas that has chosen me. So that was beautiful as an experience. And from there,
Well done,
going to
Pepe.
Miami. No, thank you. No, but it's like television, and I never did that, so it was really nice to experience something like that. And from there, then Miami, where 3 days with David Trezeguet, we went from one side to the other. It was like, it's really strange, because you go from a foot volley on the beach to an interview. From that interview, you go to a cocktail bar where you need to dress up, and then you go to somewhere else. Then you go to an academy with 2,200 people, kids that were running around and jumping on him. Where at a certain moment I was doing security guard, and then the watch along on the rooftop. No, no, it was really, really nice. And to tell you and to answer you that question, Fred, um, I even recorded a video, because I'm always scared to not wake up in the morning. So I went, after going out, we went to bed. It was 3 a.m. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I said, what do I do? Do I sleep for 2 more hours, or I just woke up? And I decided to go to the beach alone for the sunrise, which was really beautiful. And I recorded a video there that is not for the people, actually for me. So I didn't even uploaded it yet, just to say thank you about the experience that I'm living, because I always say that I am extremely lucky, really, really lucky to have the opportunity to live something like that. I wish this
Beautiful.
to everyone, but also to tell people that they can dream. Then not always just because you dream things are happening, because you also need to work for it, and the right moment has to happen, because even if you work and even if you dream, not always it happens, but sometimes it can happen. So I was really thankful, and honestly, I really genuinely enjoyed it. The interview with Trezeguet is nice. My format, I believe, deserve 30 minutes long format, because in 10 minutes is difficult, because you need to choose, or you go towards 10 minutes with a lot of questions, like the young generation TikTok questions. What do you prefer, pizza or pineapple or whatever? Or you go with like not a lot of questions, but giving him the time to be authentic. And that's what I decided to do. And he enjoyed it as well. So he
One
said,
day,
"Oh,
one
thank
day.
you." So I enjoyed it. So thank you, Frederic Farhad.
No, it was like there's nobody in the Juventus world that deserved this more than you, Beppe. Like
Yes,
from the
sir.
bottom of my heart, it was amazing to see. So I'm happy for you, and especially when you mentioned that video thing with the sunrise, that just shows the people what kind of guy you are. So my hats off to you, man.
Well
So
done, Giuseppe.
maybe
But
I will put it together. I will upload it one day. I don't
I
know.
would,
Beppe,
I would.
Beppe, but when you do big events,
Yeah.
you should definitely. I've seen you work with big events. You should definitely ask for one person who helps you, because sometimes I always said, a large group of people sometimes go crazy and they don't know how to act. And I saw you trying to navigate. uh, they weren't rude, but people are just a little super excited, but you have to do your work. So next time you should definitely ask for an assistant or something.
Somebody who lives in in in
Yeah.
in, in America with a Turin Giants hoodie on, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, no, that's not what I was suggesting. That's not what I was
I'm
suggesting.
suggesting it. I'm suggesting it.
I would love to. Don't get me wrong. I'd be awesome. I did try to help him in Orlando, but I don't want to overstep any boundaries. But Beppe sometimes is struggling. You guys let him do his job. All right.
I'll go with him once if he keeps inviting me. I keep refusing. I can't, I cannot do it every time. So someday,
Guy,
Beppe, someday.
if you have questions about how it happens, how these events go, or we can do a special episode with Frederic here in Belgium, going through all these details. I just want to answer Mikkel before really deep diving in the Juve world and actuality. Mikkel is saying, Beppe, the only happy Juve fan. You know that it's true that sometimes I feel guilty, but also how can I say? I hold on a lot in showing my happy emotions about the moment that I'm living, because we don't win, and at the end, it's the most important thing. And I would not want people to believe that I mean having the time of my life, and I don't care about the team that we have. So a lot of time I'm really holding on in, wait, it's not the moment to share too much happiness, because it's not the moment yet. Fatemi salutare Colpo Gobo, il mio grande amico. Proprio vero che tifare Juve ti fa perdere I capelli. He's saying it's correct that when you're supporting Juve, you are losing your hair, and that's true. And that's totally correct.
Yeah.
So can we speak about Juve now, or you have more questions about that?
I,
For the moment, I'm good.
I do have, everyone, people who travel, just it's really quick, Beppe, I promise. People who travel. Oh, I like your shirt. I like it. Who made that for you? Who made the shirt for you?
Classic, instant classic.
Yeah, you guys can get in touch with me if you want. I have a few mediums left, so you guys let me know.
Save one for
yeah,
me, Farhad.
You got it, buddy. I have one. When I printed a sample of this, first person who saw me wear it and took it from me was my wife. She's like, "Oh, I need this immediately." Anyways, question for you, Beppe. People who travel a lot love to share their tips and life hacks on how to travel, how you personally make your travel a little easier. What's your go-to? What's something that you want to share with people to make their travel and a little easier? Is there something you do?
I need to understand it myself first before sharing
No,
with people.
you haven't.
No,
You
wait. Let me try.
Is there a tradition? Is there something you can't travel without?
No, you make sure that you have a partner that is double checking your luggage with you. That's an important one, so that you don't forget anything. Maybe that's an important one. Be sure that you have what you need in your backpack instead of having it in the luggage, because when it's in the luggage, when it's there, then it's over. You cannot reach it anymore. So be sure that you have your chargers, that you have whatever you need to be on the plane, especially for really long flight. It's important. You know that we are not promoting here smoke, but for people that are smoking, check first that in the
Make sure
airport that you will
you
be,
have
there
the
is a
cigarette
smoke
on you.
area. What
Make
you
sure
said?
you can, make sure you have enough cigarettes to smoke on the flight. They love
No,
that.
no, try not to do that. You can only smoke next to the pilot, but not in the bathrooms. No, but check that in the airport that you are, that there is a smoking area. Otherwise, I know that some people they suffer from it. So pay attention to that, because one day I was in Amsterdam. I was sure Amsterdam is the country of everything, and then you go there and there is absolutely nothing there. So you stay there for hours and hours. So pay attention to these kind of things. Oh, and what do you say? The protection for the sun is also
Sunscreen.
important. You can still see it here from the sunglasses.
It's a nice stand.
Nice,
It's a nice
nice.
stand.
Two words: packing cubes. Everyone, it's a life changer. Go to
Packing cube.
Amazon. Packing cube is you put different things in different little cubes that go in the zipper. Whatever you need is there. Whatever
Yeah,
you
you
don't
can
need,
fold. You can fold and everything, and
beautiful. Everything's so
you could
organized.
put like I don't know how much into like one little small bag
That's
because
right.
it's so
But that's the ads that
compartmentalized.
we are
And
watching on TikTok, and then that it's scam. They are phishing your email address.
no,
That's
no,
what we
no, it's
see.
not. It's not a
It's
scam.
working. It's really working.
Yeah. I
Oh
saw
yeah.
it. I saw it on holiday. I saw somebody, and he was packing his bag, and I thought, "What is he doing?" And he was like putting towels and whatever. And I thought, "This is never gonna work," because it was like a backpack this big,
It's
and then
crazy how much they can pack.
everything was in it. Everything was in it like magic. So,
All right,
but
people
yeah,
want us to talk about Juve now. People are
Okay.
complaining.
Here, go
There you go.
for the packing cubes. Go for the packing cubes. By the way, before we start, I told you 41,685 are the seats available. We are close to it, because at the moment, as we speak, we are with 40,796 Juventini of the world. Let's go with the first topic. What do you want to start today on the agenda? I have. Let me check. I have contract extension of Yildiz and Dusan Vlahovic. I have Mercato with a lot of names that we can even go through if we have some time. I have Comolli that spoke as a CEO. I have a game for you in terms of let's build no, it's a game. What priorities would it be for Comolli from now on? Luciano Spalletti that is working with the team now in what do we expect for the game against Fiorentina already? And onwards, of course, we have Miretti, we have Locatelli, because that's the debate. Should Locatelli continue to play? Is it Miretti that should take over? What kind of formation? So we have a lot of topics. Farhad, what do you want to start with? Frederic, what do you want to start with?
I'll leave the choice up to Farhad.
Let's go. Let's go by your order, Comolli. It's
Comolli immediately? Okay.
Comolli. Management is a super important issue right now. It's almost as important as what's going on the field. So let's go. I will chime in, but I'm going to listen to you guys and see what you guys think.
I'm always saying is the most important thing. That's where it starts, ownership and management. When you see Milan, Inter without solid management for extremely long, not reaching Champions League and then being really a total disaster, I'm happy that we have that kind of continuity in terms of ownership. Then the management we struggled with in the last few years, at least the priorities were not the sporting part, but now from that 1 hour, a bit more than 1 hour meeting that he had inviting the journalists to be there in a small committee, I must say that I was already thinking, but now I am totally convinced that if we signed one top player, it is Damien Comolli. Will it work or not? I don't know, but it is a top player. He went through so many things, from the business side, from the growth, from a financial side, from the team, from the youth, from women, from a winter mercato, from concert and stadium, from competitiveness. He went to so many topics in that huge big meeting, and in every of these topics, according to me, he has been great in his answers. Of course, it's words, and I understand that Juventini now they want to see facts, that they lost patience. I understand that, but the feeling I had was really someone with capabilities, someone with ability, someone that can do things really well for Juve. Will it work out? This I don't know. This is the general feeling I had. Frederick,
I share that sentiment, and I also said that in the beginning. I think in our one of our first podcasts that I really have a lot of faith in Comolli, especially after these interviews. But like you said, they're only words, and I think the critical thing for Juventus now is a sporting director. I know that people from outside are watching and saying, "Oh, Juventus, they're not making a lot of effort, putting a lot of effort into getting that sporting director." But quite the opposite is true. They want to make the right choice because it's not just about hearing a name, thinking, "Oh, that's a guy that will work good within our team. Let's hire him." No, it's very strategic, very um, thought through the whole process. And my honest opinion is that now that Comolli has been promoted, so to speak, and we get our sporting director in, we will have a diversification of the roles within Juventus, but still have one general management team who's responsible as a whole for everything that is important to Juventus at this point. And I think that's a very good step forward because we had that in the past, and we had a very strong team with strong capabilities and a strong leader, and that resulted in strong performances on the pitch. I think if we can mimic that situation now and we take our time to find the right people and we give them enough space, enough room, and enough tools to build something, then I think we can be very successful. But of course, it's all words. We have to see it in practice. I'm confident, and I'm not going to blast Comolli about a couple of transfers that he might or might not have did. I don't think it's the timing for that. I think at the end of the season we should draw some of our conclusions and see how we carry forward into the new one. But that's just my opinion. I'm a bit allergic to the criticism lately because it feels like every Juventus fan has something to be critical about, and sometimes rightfully so. But I often feel that we jump ship fairly soon and we don't spend enough effort or enough time to see what's behind a certain management restructuring or even within players or squad depth. So give it time, give it your trust, give them your support, and I think we'll be fairly successful. I think it will have a positive outcome nonetheless, because if Comolli should fail and the rest of management as well, then we need to look at other options. But it will be an improvement of what we have right now, as Comolli now is an improvement of our general director we had last year, I feel. So we're building onto something, but I don't think it's fair to already, come out with the criticism fairly harshly.
look, it depends what you're looking and what you want to judge Comolli for. Because if you want to judge Comolli for the mercato, yeah, criticize him. Joao Mario, we don't see him. Openda, we saw him, but unfortunately, he's not performing. Jonathan David, after his first goal, totally disappeared. Um, so the new players are not performing, and it's true that if you want to criticize him on that one, you are totally correct. Now, what I said about Comolli, I remember in the summer, I said I don't care about Mercato from Comolli. It's one that just arrived. We have a lot of BS to clean up, first of all, because don't forget that we didn't start from a clean sheet, which never happens and when you take over. But I will not judge him on the player that he's signing now. What I'm judging him on is already as a CEO and how he's already starting to profile himself in terms of what Juventus stands for. And I remember that last year when I heard about he was dealing with the Dusan Vlahovic situation, with the Wea, with the Bangula, and with so many more. I said to myself, look, this is what I want to be seen as again for the players that we were selling or the players that we were buying. And even if it will not work perfectly, I understand it, but you need to start somewhere. And that's the first thing that I wanted to judge him on. When I'm hearing him now in that big meeting saying, it's 38 Scudetti that I'm watching on the banners, and I can't wait to win the 39th without making a promise about timing. But that's the aim, and wanting to wake up. Of course, it's beautiful words. Huh? It's nice words to hear as a Juventino, but he could have said something totally different. But also the idea, I don't know if you got that one or not, but trying to stop with saving cost, but instead of that, increasing the revenues, it's
Yeah,
already a totally different view.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
really enjoyed what I was hearing from him, and also the direction that we are going towards. That gave me a lot of trust as well.
yeah.
And it will
Also,
take
the
time.
fact he talked about Italian football in general for a fair bit,
Yeah,
and he said that it's very unlikely for us to compete if we don't stand up as a whole as Serie A. And that is something nobody has ever tried to, at least not publicly, state, because it was
someone
always
did. Someone did, Fred.
someone did. Yeah, someone did.
Andrea Agnelli was more
Y-
clear about that than
yeah,
anybody else.
yeah. But the thing with Andrea Agnelli at that point was we were thriving as Juventus. So you could be the one to tell other teams, hey, you need a new stadium, you need new facilities. It's very easy to do that when you're on the winning team. Now, Comolli says that while we're also not in our best moment in history of Juventus. And he's basically saying that we can do our bit, but as a whole, as a league, we need to improve on a lot of things in order to be competitive with other teams. And that for me is something that somebody says when he has a clear vision about the future, not just for Juventus, but Italian football as a whole. And I really like that because I see other teams of the likes of Napoli, Inter looking at themselves. How can we be better? How can we grow? But the growth doesn't mean anything if your league stands still. And
No,
I think Comolli is very
there is a
perceptive about
behind the
that fact.
stage about that, a behind the stage story about that, because when he was there in that meeting at a certain moment, he spoke about Andrea Agnelli. He spoke really well. He actually used the word to describe him. He said, clever man. That's how he said. And he explains a story about Andrea Agnelli, saying that he met him already, and it was at the opening of the Allianz Stadium, not the day of the opening, but somewhere there right
Yeah.
after. He met him, and he said, "Congratulations, of course, for your new project. Congratulations for the new stadium." And Andrea, instead of saying "Hey, thank you for the words" or whatever, he said, "Yeah, great, but if Italian football as a whole is not following and not doing exactly the same, we will have some problems with Italian football." And he said extremely clever, because already back then, we are speaking about how long now? 2011, 14 years ago.
14 years ago.
These were things that were already spoken about. So yeah. And
I want
if you
to,
speak well about Andrea Agnelli, you are my big friend already.
yeah, I know. I want to get back to the question of Eric, if I may.
Yeah.
Eric asks us if he thinks, or if Pepe thinks, that we can go back to being a winning team with Damien Comolli. If I may interfere and give my opinion to
Go.
it, I honestly think so. But there are so many factors that can influence the outcome of us being successful that it's very, very difficult to predict. But I think once you have a strong management side with a solid structure and a good division of duties, but still a management team as a whole, I think you can get big things done. However, there are other things that are on the pitch, the players, your coach, the youth, which is very vital. Next gen players who come into first team and such, transfer fees, potential allegations, whether or not from UEFA or whatever. So there are a lot of variables, but I think if we start with the right structure, management wise, I'm not saying next year or within 2 years, but if you have a vision that unites the players as well as the staff and management, then you can achieve big things as we did in the past. And I honestly feel that this is very, very much doable, but it needs time, it needs work, and it needs passion. I think these three ingredients are the three ingredients that we need the most right now at Juventus. And if we have that and we put that in every day, then we'll get to see results soon, I feel.
Look, I see that Thomas Maklov is writing the word we need is a vision that unites the club. I agree, and I believe that it's also before having a vision that is uniting. I believe that it's also important to have uh, a united vision before sharing it, which is a small difference. But it's not the vision that will unite people, but it's actually the people that will be united that will create that vision. And it looks like it when I'm hearing Comolli saying, look, the choice of Spalletti has been made by all of us, and he's insisting in that, in the fact that there is absolutely no gap and centimeter difference between the opinions of ownership, Chiellini, Modesto, something that is repeating also in the meeting of the last few days when he was actually becoming CEO, is important, is really important. He spoke about vision, about the right people in the right roles, which was extremely important, but also he continued also saying that he liked the idea of a Spalletti, not only for that craziness of Cope manners in that role, but also because it's an attacking coach. And it's not the first time that I'm hearing that. Then, for me, and I will not change now, my vision is always you need to win. I don't care how, but you must win. But it looks like the idea of you is really to go towards a bit more offensive football, a bit more, can I say, entertaining football? Let's say adapting a bit more to the
Modern, more
yeah,
modern football.
yeah, yeah,
I agree. And the thing that I like most, taken away from all the press conference and the things and the people behind the scenes that feed me some info, was that Comolli is not happy with how the team is shaped at this moment. He's
yeah.
not happy because people seem to think like, okay, Comolli did a few transfers, he's happy now. He's not. He's quite the opposite. However, you need to be realistic. You need to keep the financial fair play in mind. You need to keep the incomings and outgoings, in balance. So he's not a miracle worker. You cannot expect him to.
He has a very difficult job ahead of him.
It's a very difficult job.
Juve right now is like a sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
It's like a, God forbid, like a city after an earthquake. Like you don't know where to start right now. So it's financially and on the field, it's really difficult for him. So
he was talking with several people behind the scenes, unofficially, but he stated something along the lines that if I look at the history of Juventus, there were always players that came literally out of nowhere, and they were made who they were because of the team, because of the coaches, because of everything that involves Juventus. And we need to get back to that. We need to bring players here that can thrive, that can become something more than just the ordinary, without saying, oh, that's a good player, let's buy him for 80 million, because 9 times out of 10 it just won't work. You need players that need to grow into Juventus, that need to be uplifted by Juventus, and not feel the burden, but see the honor in wearing the jersey, the number 10, the armband, whatever. And if you can get that mix in, then you're onto something.
But pay attention, because there is our great friend Fabrizio Romano that goes out today. I don't know where, but I believe on YouTube, that is saying in the next year, so it means in the summer, Juventus wants to go with a big investment in the midfield, a big name. So that big name. Vai, vamos, andiamo subito. Is that big name Miralem Pjanic that today was at La Continassa taking the number 5 of Manuel Locatelli, or is it someone else?
I think it's.
And also, I will ask you: do you want Miralem for 6 months?
Yes, for 6 months. Yes.
He left. He left. You made the host leave.
No, I'm gonna state it how it is. You know me, I always speak from my heart. If we can get a cone that they use to do the drill practices, and we could put that in place of Locatelli, for me, then it's a done deal. So
Colo 99 sighting. What's up, buddy?
But to get back to Fabrizio Romano's news or rumor or whatever, I can definitely confirm it. I think I spoke about it last summer as well.
If you tell me Bernardo Silva, that's one name. It's not like two players. Huh? Don't bring me
No,
Bernardo and Silva.
no. I think Bernardo Silva is still an option, but I think they're looking for somebody who can dominate midfield with different qualities. Because you hear a lot of talk about, yeah, but he needs a regista. He needs a regista, and I agree. We need a regista, and Spalletti also needs a regista. But you still need that, in my opinion, the hybrid between the regista and the mediano. I think that's also missing. You need somebody who could sit back within defense, just before the defense, like a Pirlo type of player, not to use blasphemy, but that type of player, but also the player that can, fall into a number 10 position or just, within the midfield and do something offensive there. That's what we lack. We need somebody with build-up play and somebody who can get the attack going, because this is our issue. It's not Openda, it's not Vlahovic, it's not David. It's the fact that we don't have offensive lines filtering through our midfield. And I think Comolli is very aware of that. And I think that's the main area where he wants to focus on. Of course, if we can get a right wing back at a special discount price or whatever, or something that made somebody that made the shortlist that could fulfill some spots, then good. But I think the main focus will lie on two midfielders, and one of them will be a very big name. And I think our regista or our future regista will bear that name.
And I hope it's someone with experience too.
Yeah, but when he's going with a very big name, guys, I'm always cautious with that, because people are already starting with this kind of strange side, or going with Vitinha. I don't think that today, regardless of the player we like him or not, but this is over 100 million euro. We need if suddenly Comolli found petrol or oil in the Continassa, I don't know, but that would be strange to me to go with a more than 100 million euro midfielder.
I think if you look at just the financial side of things, the players that are out of contract will already liberate approximately 70 million euros on our balance sheet next season. That's just 70 million that becomes available out of nothing. Then
if we don't extend Dusan Vlahovic.
We won't extend Dusan Vlahovic, at least not on the terms that he is playing under this season.
I will come back on the question of Tutto Calcio Pod. If I'm not wrong, Tutto Calcio Pod is also a YouTube channel, if I'm not wrong. So I will double check later if it's right, because but sometimes the words, the names are a bit dissimilar, but I think it's the right one, Tutto Calcio Pod. So guys, follow also Tutto Calcio Pod, that is speaking about all calcio. We'll come back on that question about Miretti. We will come back on the contract extension of Vlahovic, but I'm really curious about that midfielder, Farhad. Do you think it's possible to go with a more than 100 million or like a 70 million, or what is the name that you're expecting in the midfield?
What are you guys talking about? What 100 million? What? So we're in debt. we need to find a diamond that will finally get us to winning. And then we can talk about money and purchasing. We're in bad financial state. It will take a genius of something like a Pirlo move back in the day, someone who is good with the youth, because I feel like the downfall of very young squad is you're missing old timers. You're missing people who will support the young guys on a squad. Otherwise, squad being young is they're just young kids basically. So there should be a lot of thinking that goes behind the new regista, or however you want to call him. But
I think
names I don't know. I will leave it up to the chat.
I think, and this has always been the case, and correct me if I'm wrong, Beppe, whenever we had the opportunity to bring somebody in who we were sure that would make a difference in the past, and even though we had financial resources, I think our ownership and our management were all always prepared to make a financial sacrifice in order to make the team better. And I think this is no less. I think this is no less. I think we see the need. We know what we need. And of course, you have Spalletti now, which is a big difference because for Tudor, he wanted A, he got B. With Thiago Motta, it was a whole different story. He mixed the whole team around. He put people at the door. Now you have somebody who's a bit more balanced. And if he comes into the boardroom and says, guys, I'll work with what I have, but I need one regista. I need somebody who can create chances for our strikers in order for them to perform, because that's also an investment.
Well, I give you the name. Is
Tell me.
Lobotka that name?
Maybe, but that's not the big name.
Hernandez.
So people
I
can
think-
expect
No, I think, yeah, people can expect more, but I think they will go for a type like Bernabé or Lobotka. In addition,
What do you think
to-
about
to
what do you
the-
think about a midfield made of Lobotka, Thuram, Bernardo Silva?
music? There is potential.
Farhad is in a depression mode, my friends. He doesn't believe in anything anymore.
I'm listening. I'm learning, listening. Yeah, it's crazy.
There's a lot of
You-
potential.
the-
There's a lot of potential.
I mean, let's go back to Pjanic. I love Pjanic, and shout outs to Dan Colosimo. He says that we should bring Pjanic just because of his son, who I love. Eden is a legend. But I can't believe we're actually discussing Pjanic because I saw him visit. It's all good, but then I started hearing reports. It's just hilarious. I don't think his
No,
physical
It's
shape
not
is.
serious. It's not serious. It's not serious.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. But legend. Let's give Pjanic his props. I love. There you go.
Yeah, look, I have been a big fan of Pjanic already since he was at Roma. The day that he arrived, immediately I took his shirt. So I'm really attached to that player. I really like the player. Then legend, I think it's a bit too much to describe.
No, I was talking
Pjanic.
about his son. Did I confuse his name?
The son, yeah. But Pjanic is 35. I think he played in Qatar for the last 2-3
Yeah.
years.
Russia.
You know, it's a bit difficult. Then
No.
then I must say that it's one that always spoke extremely well about Juve. Extremely huge, big Juve fan. But yeah, being a Juve fan is not enough. You also need to run.
Did
Otherwise,
you-
I would be the best one on the team.
Did you hear that story about Pjanic in the time of Agnelli? When he went to dinner at Agnelli's house? You can,
Could be, but you need to refresh my memory.
Okay, so I think the second season that Pjanic was at Juventus, he got invited to Andrea Agnelli's house to have dinner. I don't know what the occasion was. I think maybe the contract extension or whatever, because he extended his or he renewed or something. I don't know. And his car broke down. And of course, they don't have the cheapest cars as professional footballers. And I think Agnelli was also able to loan him a car or get him an Uber. But Andrea Agnelli said very surprisingly, just spend the night at the guest house. So Pjanic just, spent the night at Andrea Agnelli at the guest house. He took him to the training session the day after to Continassa, I don't even know if Continassa was built then, but it took him to the club and something like that. And everybody was like amazed to see what happened, because you saw the president arriving and Pjanic stepping out, and everybody was like, what happened? What happened? My car broke down. It's still at Mr. President's house. They come to pick it up, and I spend the night there, and blah, 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 blah. And, that was also indicative of how Pjanic is as a person, but also Andrea Agnelli.
Yeah.
He could have said, oh, no, F you, take a cab, goodbye, we'll see you tomorrow. He said, no, relax, stay the night. I mean, that's something we need to work to, that family vibe. That's something that's missing, I think. And to get back on the midfielder, Pjanic, I loved him. I loved him to death as a player. He also irritated me at times, but let the past be the past. We always tend to circle back we get back to Allegri 3.0. Oh, let's get Conte. Yes, Conte, because at the 2000 and blah 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 he did well. Oh,
Today
let's bring
someone
Verratti.
explained. Today someone told me a story. He said, like, when you break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever, um, and then you wait a bit, you have a new relationship, and things are beautiful. At a certain moment, things are going bad or not well, and then suddenly, when things are not going well, what are you thinking about your ex? But what do you remember about your ex? You're
The
remembering
good
the
things.
beautiful things, the beautiful moments that you share, but you totally forget about the end when, oh, I can go back to the tweets about Pjanic, about Kedira, about Matuidi. I can go back, and you forget about all these moments. You're thinking only about the beautiful things, and I think that's also something that we did for Allegri, or a lot of us. When, okay, let's go back for Allegri 2.0, but at least Allegri. You think about the good things, not about the bad things, and then it went bad. But just to tell you one other side story about Andrea Agnelli, for example, and the aura that he has. There was a party, a goodbye party from someone that worked a lot at Juve, like more than 15 years, important person, and he organized a goodbye party where Andrea Agnelli was also there with some players, Perin, etc., etc. And when they spoke with Andrea Agnelli, I can tell you that the players were absolutely in awe. And Andrea is Andrea. Andrea is Andrea. That's one of my biggest ways that one day could come back to work at Juve. That being said, we have a beautiful message here from Zakaria. Grazie, my friend. Thank you for the donation. He's saying, go for the duo, Pjanic and Verratti. Well, it would not be that different in terms of Modric and the brand, in terms of age. But no, for me, it's a no and a no.
Big no. Big
Bad?
No.
No, also not for Verratti.
This is not just names from, how you can pick up someone who kind of you forgot about. These are definitely players that are not even Juve quality. I mean, come on, let's this is comical. Let's bring Hernandez back.
Yeah, Profeta. Oh, by the way, Hernanes, super smart. Is now one of the opinion
The zone.
leaders in Italy, and he's doing really, really, really
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So, in terms of intelligence, great. Then
The rest. let's leave it at that.
No, Pjanic and Verratti is a joke. I mean, we're fighting allegations of being a banter club already. This would be such a step backwards.
I think the especially the midfield thing will be heavily influenced by Spalletti. I think Spalletti is somebody with a clear vision, with a lot of not only passion but also experience. And if he pinpoints a player and says to Comolli or whatever, "This is the guy I need. This is the missing link," I think they'll go with that. Especially if there's a sporting director who arrives and shares that opinion. The question that remains is the rest going to be changed as well? Because if we keep getting a goal in every game, every shot on goal is a goal, then we can bring Ronaldinho, Kaká from their prime back, and Trezeguet won't matter because we still will be defensively flawed. And I said it before, and I'll say it again: the Bremer issue is an issue. People tend to think, oh, but he's out now with a small injury. No, I had the same injuries. I had the same injuries. I had the same things. I spoke to a lot of people in that medical field. It all depends on so many factors, but the outcome is never guaranteed. Positive outcome is never. There are more downfalls than benefits that could happen. So I hear a lot of people talking about, yes, but Bremer will come back, and then Cabal will come back, and then hold your horses. We might need to intervene there too. You never know. Because for Spalletti, and I know this for a fact, the fact that Bremer is not fit for him is a big issue. It's a big issue for Spalletti.
Jack, whose comment is on the screen right now. He's our brand new member of the Turin Giants podcast. He was really helpful and welcome. He was texting us, when are you guys going on? Hopefully one day we'll have him too.
I give you 3 names
Uh-oh.
for the summer. Maybe you can even anticipate, but will be difficult. I put him as a poll, but I want also you to vote. Choose one for the summer. Free transfers, the 3 of them.
Mhm.
Konate, Gehi, Upamecano. Pick one.
Upamecano.
Farhad,
Konate, Gehi, Upamecano.
Pick whatever. I don't know. To be honest with you, man. I'll go with Frederick. I'll go with his, because he's like our scout. Why would you want to go for him?
I think Upamecano has the experience, still fairly young in terms of, I mean, just age-wise and what he can do. But I think he could play a lot of positions. And he's someone, I think, who adapts very well to a new environment or a new team. He doesn't need that settle-in period. He goes. I mean, this could be the same. I mean, Gay is another prime example of somebody I would want. But for us, the needs that we have now, I pick Upamecano. You can put him right. You can put him centrally. Maybe even left if he, feels comfortable there. But now that we have Koopmeiners as well, I don't know. But for me, Upamecano is the best out of the bunch in terms of what we can get out of him. But I wouldn't be mad if we get Guy in either.
I would go Farhad.
Forgive me. I may be ridiculed for that, but what happened to possibility of De Jong from Barcelona? Is it too late for me? No.
He renewed Barca, but on top of that, the guy was earning so much. It was not even possible to think about him.
No, even as bonus things, I think with Spotify, I don't know what the contract is, but it's a very, very strange contract. And his bonus fee gets paid by Spotify. He has a presence fee, a scoring fee, an assist fee, all those things. It gets paid by Spotify for some reason. I think we were in contact with him, or we tried, but it was fairly quickly in the water. So who would you pick, Pepe?
Look, I would take out Gehi. He's a good player. He's a really good player, but I need someone that already played in a big team, someone that knows about what it means to win.
Definitely.
I need something like that. Then Konate, I would love to go for Konate as well, because he's really strong. Like our friend here is saying, he's a beast. But I think that Konate, Real Madrid will push, and it will be extremely difficult to go for Konate. So look, if you bring me one between Konate and Upamecano, I'm happy. But Konate, realistically, I think it's too late. Upamecano on the other side could potentially be a possibility. And I tell you, him playing at Bayern, having that experience, that makes a difference. Look, I will go to the 3 priorities that I have set for Damien Comolli. The first one was, you worked already for the right persons in the management, in the right spots, but I would love now also real men for our team, looking for some characters, some responsibilities, some people with maturity, some people that know what to win. I spoke with some people that told me, Beppe, you know what is a problem? That even in the locker room, someone like Spalletti will tell them, but you need to win. But if they never won, they don't know what it is to really win. They don't know. Someone needs to tell them. Someone needs to show them. And if you're looking at our team, we don't have a lot of winners. They don't know. I watched some reactions after Real Madrid, after Sporting, that I said, we are really far from that. Also, how we played the Derby della Mole. I always remembered a game that was never beautiful. It has never been a beautiful game. but a game that was a big fight, because it's the derby, which I couldn't find the last time, which is problematic. Now, Upamecano is one of these players that could bring that. So, leadership. The second thing is contract of Yildiz that needs to be solved really fast. The third thing is backing up the coach, really, really hard, and not only with strange press conference words, but words and facts. These are my 3 points for Damien Comolli that I said, I believe, this morning in the video. Farhad, are you satisfied with the entry of Spalletti, and what do you want him to work on for the already in the Fiorentina game and the game onwards?
Well, we saw the first win. When a new coach comes in, usually team performs well. We won against Cremonese. It was 2-1. Let's not pretend that Spalletti came in and he's just killing it. Then we had a draw and another draw, right? So the international break should be a very important period for him to reestablish, learn new things, and all that. Blah blah blah. Short term, he needs to win. How many games do we have to? 3 or 4 games we talked about on the podcast. 3 or 4 next games are must wins. He's talking about shaking up the offense a little bit, and I love that, because you just mentioned the game against Torino where it was just sometimes you look at players and they're just standing around. He needs to instill in them that you need to be moving. You need to create some kind of chaos in a defense because they're so predictable. So adding another striker or finally getting the best out of Openda and David, right? Concentrate on those guys. Once we win a couple of games, then you can redo and rethink your strategy. But short term, must wins, 3 or 4 next games, and shake up the new guys that are not producing much right now. So I feel like Openda and David must produce. He must concentrate on their physical ability as well as mental ability, because how long are we gonna?
He didn't do it in the 3 first game because of time, because he needed to go for certainties, or what he thought were certainties instead of bets. But if we're looking at the 4 players that we signed, they are actually the players with less minutes at the moment in the 3 games of Spalletti. So,
but seeing Spalletti,
we'll start seeing them.
Even seeing him on the sidelines, you know that you're dealing with a coach that knows what he's doing. So far for 3-4 games, the atmosphere on the team has been okay. He's still in the honeymoon period, but definitely results will save him so much headache.
Yeah,
short-term results.
I agree.
I think
you expect something different, Fred, also in terms of, I don't know, some invention a la Koopmeiners or formation change.
Maybe not that drastic, but I think a formation change. I think the game against Torino opened his eyes. I think the first 3 games, or the first period that he was here, he was very reluctant to change a lot of things. I think he wanted to see what the team was capable of individually and as a team. And I think he was expecting a better game or a better performance from most of the team against Torino. And the fact that he didn't see that will push him towards a formation change and will make him make decisions based on his insight and his experience. So he came in very carefully to not upset the structure, to not upset the balance that was already there. He gave the team basically a hall pass to try to do whatever they want, with a few tweaks here and there, nothing too drastic. And we could already see the hand of Spalletti in certain points. And I think the game against Torino opened his eyes. And then even at the post-match interview, he indicated to the 4-3-3 that he was planning to maybe implement, which has always been his go-to formation.
Would you guys be excited about 4-3-3?
I am. I am.
Same.
The way Spalletti performs his 4-3-3. Of course, it's all always up to the players, but the way he did it in the past was very dominant, very rapid, very intensive, and very attractive in terms of attacking play.
Well, for that you
Spalletti's
need a
teams,
squad. For that you also need a squad who's strong, cardio wise, and we're seeing players gassed after 60, 70 minutes. So if you're
but
trying to dominate,
that's also due to the formation because you have players that have to run along the whole flank the whole time. People say, "Oh, Kenan Yildiz, he's so young. How is it possible that he's nice picture, by the way, the two ballies? How is it possible that Kenan is tired already in November? Well, he has to pick up the ball at center back, and he needs to make those runs. He gets kicked 27 times before he even reaches the penalty box, and then he still has to be lucid and strong enough to perform to do something there.
and
So
now
that's not
now
working.
players now coaches are putting 2 or 3 players on him as well. They're eliminating Yildiz with adding players.
It's not just Yildiz. I think if you need to move as a team, you cannot expect one player to grab the ball at a certain point and then do everything that you dream about in your dream. No, you need to move as a team. You go front to
So let
back
me
as a whole.
let me ask people who are way better at Juventus and formations than me. So 4-3-3 means 4 defenders in the back. Explain to me currently, are defenders able to be in that system? Because I know if you change the system in the back, there's certain defenders that are. I heard like Bremer was not good in a 3-5-2. So explain to me how that changes the dynamic of our defense.
I'll let Pepe do the
No. First,
defense.
we need to
I
see
know he has
who.
strong feelings about that.
First, we need to understand who recuperates in terms of physically being present. Because Bremer, let's see, we speak about December, but like Fred said earlier, December, January, and how will recuperate Bremer, and that's already an important one. Then I have always said that today I saw, for example, Cambiaso. I was not super concentrated, but I was watching. It was against Moldova that played with 11 in front of the goal line. So he was playing more as a winger than as a left back. But I would be curious to see Cambiaso as a left back because I don't think that this is his position personally. So who can play there? Cabal, but you need to have Cabal or Kostic. But what do you do with Cambiaso? You transform him, maybe. Who knows? In a midfielder in that 4-3-3. Could be, could be. I don't think that the future of Koopmeiners is in that three-man defense. Also, because if we go towards a four-man, then it makes totally no sense. And guys, I think that Koopmeiners has done really well in these 3 games. That has been a really beautiful initiative from Spalletti to work on his mental. I'm extremely happy that
Yeah.
he's also working with him. I'm super, super disappointed that I don't know who Camavinga was injured, because then they called up Thuram just to go there to sit on the bench, because I think that Thuram would have really needed to be there with Spalletti in these 10 days, because I tell you the truth, I like him, but I don't care. He's not performing. Is it because he's tired? Is it because he doesn't understand at the moment the new coach, or I don't know what it is. But Thuram has been, to me, a disappointment in this season. Then let's see how he will mature. I remember that last year, Thiago Motta said it a lot of time. I cannot play him game in, game out, game in, game out. Maybe it's a start of the season thing for Thuram. I don't know. But
You know
I
who
have
loves
not been
Turam?
impressed. What?
Do you know who loves Turam? The way he plays, people who sit way above the lower tier, the ones that get the balls that he shots over there. He shoots over there.
Yeah, yeah. The one of the secondo anello. Yeah, yeah, they love it. No, but at least he's trying. No, but I like him, and I think he has potential. I don't doubt that, and I'm sure that in 2 weeks we'll speak, or 2 weeks, or 1 month, we'll speak about a fantastic Thuram. So it's not the quality or the potential that I'm putting in doubt, but at the moment he's not performing as I would love to, and that's a problem. So I was so happy to see and McKennie and Koopmeiners and Thuram all being there with Spalletti, because the last time with Tudor you had only defenders. Now you had and defenders and midfielders, and you could really work on something. Now, and also Miretti that is staying in La Continassa. And by the way, that's a beautiful assist. What about Miretti? Will he take over the spot of Locatelli? Will he play with Locatelli in that 4-3-3? Will he? What will happen? Because I was listening to a journalist, Pedula, that was saying Locatelli is a horizontal player while Spalletti wants verticality. And the first thing that I have in mind from our team that is playing vertical is a Miretti. Without even thinking about Mercato, I'm just thinking about the one that we have at the moment. What can happen there?
A lot.
You believe that Miretti could find some space?
Not
I think
replacing
if
Locatelli.
what is replacing? What
I
is
mean,
you have to look. You have to rotate players. I think our downfall. We don't rotate Kenan. We can't rotate Kefren, and it shows. That's one point. So if we can rotate one of the two, it would be good if we don't lose in terms of quality. Another issue is then, for me, if you play with that 4-3-3, for me, Locatelli is redundant in a 4-3-3. I don't see him adding as much in a 4-3-3. For
Not
me
even in
personally,
as a box to box like Mauri is writing in the chat.
no, no, no. He doesn't have the capabilities. He delivers no assists. He doesn't score. Then what do you need him to do? For me, that's my opinion. Then the question begs, what will we do if we get an offer in? Because we did already have an offer in last summer. Everything was fine between Juventus and Locatelli, best of friends, new captain, whatever. So that offer was dismissed. But what do we do now if we see that a 4-3-3 with other players is functioning very well? Locatelli is basically redundant, and you get an offer in for, I don't know, 35, 40 million. What is acceptable for Locatelli? I mean, and it's not that he's my nemesis, because I saw Hussam La Juve saying Locatelli is the nemesis of Frederick. I feel a player with the qualities of Locatelli being the vital point that he is in this Juventus is, for me, the source of all our issues. Because a Locatelli in a true Juventus is nothing more than a substitute player at best. Now he's our captain, he's our leader, he's our skipper, he's our everything. He's not capable of producing assists, he's not capable of scoring, he's not capable of playing vertically. What use is there in Locatelli for Juventus? For me, I mean, and it goes for a lot of players, not on Locatelli per se at all, but there are a lot of players who I feel that if they reach their truest potential, even then, they won't be good enough to play with a Juventus that wants to play for the Scudetto every year. Let's not talk about Champions League, European Cups, but if you want a consistent Juventus that competes for the Scudetto, then a lot of these players, even at their peak, are not good enough. But what do? Can you sell them? Will you sell them? Can you get somebody better in? Because it's very easy to say, this, and this player needs to go out. But if you don't get anybody in that's better, then it's of no use. You keep going back in that circle. So it's something very precise that Spalletti needs to solve, but not only on the pitch, but also in the boardroom.
Contract until 2028, Manu Locatelli, a value at today of 30 million euro. There were already offers in the summer. There could potentially be other offers in the winter. Big question marks, like who do you bring in? I think it's difficult in the winter already to do some changes here. But in summer, I would not exclude him. Speaking about contracts, before the big mega quiz of Farhad, Dusan
it's not.
Vlahovic and it is. I can't wait for the quiz, Farhad. Don't underestimate yourself. Dusan Vlahovic and Kenan Yildiz. Comolli said, let's not speak about Dusan Vlahovic. Since he ended the sentence, people, they doubled, tripled, quadrupled the articles about Dusan Vlahovic contract extension. So Dusan Vlahovic and Yildiz. Farhad, both of them, one of them, none of them, what'd you do?
I mean, it's rough for me to say because what one of my favorite players currently. But
Who?
do you know how many problems will be solved if Yildiz is sold right now?
My, you're
And
crazy.
listen,
I
we're
don't,
we're
I don't
we're
speak
we're
with
in
a guy like that.
we're in
I don't wanna
trouble.
speak
No, no,
with
no,
a-
no, 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 no. Let me. I mean, what can I do? Do you think there's like you said, there's an oil well at Continace? You strike oil.
With 100 million, you do nothing today, Farhad. You do nothing.
120. You what is it?
20.
Arsenal right now, Chelsea. No, I'm just being real. I mean, it will solve a lot of problems, and don't put it past Juventus. We're talking like fans right now, right? But don't tell me there's someone at Juventus that's not considering that right now, because the club is
No, there are people.
around.
No, wait, there are fans because I know I speak about it in Italian as well. There are some people that says like you, Farhad. So it's not something.
But
crazy.
no, no, no. I'm not one of those fans. I listen, man.
Who are you,
I mean, the Yildiz right now is one person that I always say he makes every time he gets the ball blasphemy. It is blasphemy, but it's Juve of 2025, which made me say these blasphemous things. It's not my fault. I'm not sitting here.
You cannot.
Okay.
do that.
So
We have to. We also have to be fairly objective in a way, because if we just look at figures, we have 11 games that Kenan has played now. He has 1 goal under his belt since the past 11 games. My question, and I was discussing this with a friend yesterday, he's nowhere near Lamine Yamal's level, because Lamine Yamal is once in a lifetime, like Messi. Okay, the question then is, will Kenan be able to reach some sort of that level in his prime at Juventus? Can Juventus make Kenan better? And can Kenan and at his point then also help Juventus? If everybody agrees and says, okay, this is a marriage made in heaven, Kenan will be more consistent, will find his place, will be our future Bandiera, will do anything that we expect him to do because he's the chosen one, and we believe in that, then by no means should we sell him. However, if there are people with more knowledge than the 3 of us put together within Juventus say, I don't think that's going to happen. And I think if we can get 150 million out of selling Kenan, maybe not next year or this year or last year, and we can get player X, Y, and Z.
there has to be a plan behind it, like people in the comments saying, and then you do what? You buy blah 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 blah. Definitely. This is, I'm just speaking realistically, this is Juve F 2025, where
But it goes both ways.
We might squander 120 million.
We are talking as if we are the Juventus of 10 years ago. We also need to make sure that Kenan wants to stay at Juventus, because his contract is still until 2029 at this point. So if he extends, he has to have some guarantees. Because if I'm Kenan Yildiz and I'm one of the golden boys of European football, and I play at a team that used to be a very big name but has fallen off in recent years, I want to know, will I be able to win here? Because I can score, I can give assists, I can be MVP of every game. But if at the end of my career I cannot show any trophies or any accomplishments with my team, the team that I choose to stay with,
Beppe, you don't agree with me, right? I mean, I'm trying to. It's not an ideal situation, but listen, at least we have that in the back. And I'm Yildiz fan number 1. I mean, you don't understand how much I enjoy playing him, but right now we're in such a bad situation, and I mean,
we don't need to sell him. We don't need to sell him.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Alkan will pull out money way before they need to sell Yildiz. Alkan has been very clear about that. We don't need to. But the question begs,
to us. Carlo, he belongs to us 100%. It's a match made in heaven. Number 10. I mean, his name means a star. I mean, it's just like everything is so perfect. But If I mean they're fighting over 1 million. He wants 6 million minimum for a salary. They're
No, but
offering
look,
5.
I agree with a lot of things that you said, Farhad, except of the it will solve a lot of things because 100 million today
It would
solves
solve something.
an
Tell me,
sport.
tell me, tell me.
Yes.
120 million. What does that do right now? You have, it's done. You know, it's summertime. We're talking about. We're crying.
No, you are
Yildiz
doing a
left.
mega profit, which would be extremely important because you accelerate you accelerate a lot in your plan of
So
being
a smart
sustainable.
CEO. Where does 120 million go? Tell me. Just wondering.
To a deposit for Lamine Yamal. No, I'm just saying if you
They just
sell
keep
somebody.
Yildiz then.
No. I mean, if you sell somebody who hasn't reached his prime yet, I think the thing that you need to do is, or you get somebody in who's established and gets results in without a doubt, or you try to get somebody who can be potentially way better or is already way better, and you need to fill that gap. Either way, it's a risk. Because we did that with Pogba, we got Higuain. Marotta did a thing on De Laurentiis. We bought Higuain, 90 million. Higuain was a good player, but Higuain was not the player. He wasn't the 90 million euro
No,
player.
we
Let's
agree.
be honest.
We agree.
So we can get 120, 130, and then what do we do? If we get
agree.
No, but that's the thing. Look. In the past, Juventus has always sold players. Always. The best ones or not. Zinedine Zidane has gone. A lot of players came and went away. Vialli after winning the Champions League. Ravanelli. So many. It has been always the story of Juve. We don't keep anybody. So if Yildiz leaves, it's okay. I will get over it and we'll go towards another players. It's not the. I don't even believe that Kenan will stay 10 years at Juve. I think 2 years, 3 years, depending on the ambition of Juve, and also not only the ambition, but also what you are bringing as facts. And then we can speak about it, but I don't see a long marriage. But it's not about the 100 million, the 120 million that could temporarily fix, but you cannot replace him today because the message that you are sending, selling Kenan today, I speak in this summer, is extremely wrong. The message, and that's important because if you sell Kenan, it's extremely difficult to go and attract a player that will replace him today. Then you can find one that is not known and that will become better than him. Why not? Miracles are happening. But the message that you're saying, if you're selling a Kenan Yildiz in 2 years, in 3 years, like we did with Paul Pogba, because yes, we signed Higuain, but we continued to play and to win. Not because he was the player, but because you had a team around it, like we always had. Juventus was able to sell a player because you had other 10 men that were strong. And then sometimes you were lucky and you found one that was even stronger than the other one. Sometimes it was unlucky and it was not strong enough, but the team was there. You had pillars around. Now, today, I don't see pillars at Juve. Today, I see a message of hope towards a near future that is called Kenan Yildiz. If you send him away now, and don't forget, he's not in a contract year. He has a contract until 2029, which means that Juventus can be extremely strong today. And don't forget that we gave him the 10 after one goal. After one goal in Serie A, that was it. We gave him the number 10. So showing him also trust. I believe you send away that only hope that you have in terms of
100%.
message. And that's why I tell you the 120 million will not cover it. Will never cover it.
But you have to, like, before we move on, I have to let people know that this is not because I want to. Like I said,
No. That's clear.
Yildiz is so beautiful to watch. He's just, everything is perfect, you know, with him at Juve. But that's what this team has done to us. Where we're even considering that as fans.
No, I don't think. Sorry, can I just correct you on that one? It's not the team; it's Serie A that made that because it's the same for every single club in Italy, except if the player chooses to stay, like a Lautaro. And on top of that, it's a team that, in a way or another, is still reaching Champions League finals because they did it twice in 3 years. But except of a choice, a really strong choice and decision by the player, nobody can keep a player in Italy.
no.
Even not anymore Italian players like in the past. Nobody was worrying because they wanted to stay close to Mama and Papa. Now even that time is over. So
Yeah,
it's not
sadly.
Juve, it's Italy. But on the rest, you're totally correct. Huh?
Also, imagine Kenan after January is fully fit and he fulfills all his potential. He scores one goal after the other, assists after the other. Then the 120 million we speak of now is irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant because then at that point, if somebody comes knocking on the door, he should present himself with at least 200 million to even sit at a table. So it'd be very unwise for Juventus to find a quick solution by selling Kenan and pouring that money into other things because the alternatives are not much better.
What's
If
the
you,
word you used right now? Sorry, what you said? It's unwise of them.
yeah,
I mean,
at this point, it is.
tell me, that's not possible for Juve management of 2025 to make an unwise decision. You
I
know,
tell you, it's impossible.
okay.
I don't see him
I
going
hope
anywhere.
If you tell me 2024, 2023, I tell you, and unfortunately we have facts that it happened. But for 2025, Kenan Yildiz after look, beautiful backstage story. Luca Monblano asked to Comolli directly because he was there a question. He said, "Juventus is an institution. Juventus is tough. Juventus is hard. It's also a huge big boat that is sometimes moving slow. What will be the Comolli touch?" And Comolli said, "The scars. The scars of the experience of the past of being at bigger clubs, smaller clubs, different leagues, different positions, coach, scout, president, sporting director, the scars." And I believe that's a beautiful word. You learn from the scars that you have and you don't commit the same mistakes. And I believe, and we spoke already about it with Frederic, no way that you sell a Cananielis now after a Dean Huijsen. That is not even exceptional at
No,
Real
no,
Madrid, which
no,
was
no.
to be expected. But no. Then, oh, if it happens this summer that we sell Cananielis, it's because something broke between both of them, and that happens. Oh, that can always happen. But the intention at today is absolutely not to do the same
No.
mistakes as has been done.
And you have to be honest, if in the summer a team like Real Madrid comes knocking and says, you know what, we'll give you 150 plus Chouameni, I'm just, out here throwing things, then it would be very unwise not to consider it. I'm not saying that you should pull the trigger immediately, but at
I'm
least you
scared.
could
I'm a
consider it.
bit scared of Real Madrid. I tell you the truth.
Yeah.
About the
Yeah.
other clubs, I was not. Never.
No,
Real
Chelsea,
Madrid, I'm scared.
Arsenal. Yeah,
Real Madrid,
me
I'm
too.
scared.
Because if they want a player, they focus on that player and they do everything they can to get that player in. And the fact is, Xabi Alonso is in love with Kenan Yildiz.
Yep.
And Dean Huijsen is in love with Kenan Yildiz. And Arda Güler is in love with Kenan Yildiz. And it's Real Madrid. And it's Real Madrid. Let's not lie.
And I think at the end of the day, you'd be happy for Kenan at a certain point that he can go to a club like Real Madrid because it's Real Madrid. Let's not kid ourselves. But, and this is the thing, if Juventus can renew his contract now, they can break open the contract, they give him a new salary, they'll probably, focus that 2029 date up until, I think, 31, if they can. But then you have a stick behind the door. Then Real Madrid comes and Kenan can say, maybe I want to join, but you as Juventus can say, Kenan, we believe in you, we gave you trust, we gave you money, we gave you a contract. We need 200 million in Chouamini. A crazy thing, but it can happen because you are like we did with Pogba. Pogba, we said 100 million, and 100 million back then was a lot of money, and it was not an
Was a
amount that
record
was
fee.
thrown about.
Record fee.
Yeah, wasn't thrown about that much. And United said, okay. So that's the same thing. Can we replace him? No, not at this point. Will we do smart sportingly? Will it be a sporting good choice?
Also,
Possibly
no.
not. Possibly not. You never know. But like Beppe said, you need pillars first. If we had 4 pillars in our team now and Real Madrid comes knocking with 150 million, I'd say let him go. We have our 4 pillars. We need 2 new talents in and we're back rolling. We have nothing now.
I mean, in 2 years, you have, I'm just saying, without putting pressure, but you have a Destiny Elimogale in two
Yeah.
years that is doing extremely well. That is a bit more physical because now he's extremely light. But look at what he's doing with the World Cup under 17. He's also doing
Yep.
really, really well. Then go for it. But at today, it's not even only the replacement of Kenan. It's
No.
the team that is not strong enough to let a player go like that. So I would consider it a big bite. Ciao, attenzione, I closed the poll. I forgot about it, of course, but I saw Bogdan that said Beppe the poll. Choose one. Upamecano, Gehi, Konate. Konate lost with 27%. Gehi 35, and the winner is Upamecano with 38%.
We have sensible people in the chat. I like that.
Yeah, or they were influenced by your talk, Fred.
I don't know. We'll see when Upamecano arrives, how he does. Let's see. We never know. We never know. What are we saying about Vlahovic? Because we've been dwelling on Kenan for a while, but what about Dusan?
No, I will be really short, and then I will let you speak with Farhad because then I will come back. But
where are you going?
I need to go to Pupu.
Wow.
I can go to the bathroom from time to time.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Too much info. But enjoy.
No, it's late now. Now we can say things like that. On
Oh,
the
okay.
If it was me, I would be gone for 20 minutes.
No. I need to go to the bathroom really fast. So no. I answer you no. No, but the thing is not even the money. The thing. Well, look, I will give you the assist. You already have my answer, but I give you the assist, regardless of the money, regardless of the salary, regardless of everything. We have 4 years record of Dusan Vlahovic. Would you extend Dusan Vlahovic with all the
No.
information? That's how you need to start. Not because if
No.
you start looking at, but 12 million euro, no, but 6 million euro, yes. You're looking at the salary, not at the player. And I think we need to look first at the player without even thinking about the salary. I tell you, to me, no. The problem today is Jonathan David and Openda that are not performing. That's a problem, but that doesn't change Dusan Vlahovic performance. To me, they are the same. 3 top games, fantastic, boom, 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 and then he disappears. And then again, and then that's my opinion. Now I need to go to the bathroom.
I'll let Farhad share his opinion then on Vlahovic.
Are we seriously talking about extending Vlahovic now?
We're entertaining the idea on this podcast.
No, but I mean,
it would be advisable.
There are reports that people want to extend his contract. It's what changed? Are we still going to pay him 12 mil?
No. I don't think I'll
I mean, if he goes down on his demands, I mean, why not? It's still Vlahovic. I mean, I think people are just too hung up on, like Beppe said, on his salary. But if you take his performances, what do you say? He's not lighting up Serie A or Champions League on fire.
But he never did. He never did, and herein lies the issue. If you're a player and you get brought into Juventus and you have all these expectations and this potential, and you fulfill it beyond a reasonable level, then I'd say okay. But if we look at just the impact he has on games, not only by scoring or not scoring or handing out assists, it just doesn't. For me, it's not good value for money. Because you can say, okay, we'll lower his wages, we'll ask 6 million. Okay, we'll get 6 million, but we'll still have the same player.
And he's not going to go for
So
6 million.
no, but you know, in fairy tale land, he might, and let's imagine we're in fairy tale land, and he would, then you'd still pay 6 million for a player who's been with you for 4 years and didn't perform in
Hot and
4 years
cold.
the way he should.
There's, you
So
can't. At least with some players, you can pinpoint. Oh my God, do you remember Prime Dybala? Do you remember a player who had a great season? You can't really point out a great season with Vlahovic.
no, and that's the thing. Also, what I feel, players like Dybala in the past, Higuain, Trezeguet, Tevez, they made the team as a whole stronger. I don't see Vlahovic doing that. So, because it's not a gamble anymore. If you give a player 6 million a year and he just enters your rank, then it's a bit of a gamble, so to speak, because you don't know how he's going to adapt and whatever. He's been with us for 4 years. Why on earth would we even offer him 4 to 8 million if we know what kind of player we have already?
But you can't expect a player who just cut his salary in half to be what's the word, to be motivated enough to perform great.
Yeah, well,
money is a huge motivator, let's be honest.
cut the salary in half. I mean, this is his only contract that he's gotten an 8+4 deal. So his basic salary is 8 million. The
was there do you tell me, Mr. Freddie Scoops, was there a team that was willing to take him in had he lowered his salary? But then now we're talking he might as well go if Arsenal offers him 7 million a year.
You mean past summer? Or
yes.
When
Yeah.
Of course there were some offers, but nothing came close for Vlahovic in terms of his demands, not only salary-wise, prestige-wise, I think, but also not to Juve. Juve was very amendment on having the residual value on the balance sheet lifted by a potential transfer. And at that point, that was, if I'm not mistaken, still 28.5 million euros. So Vlahovic wanted a top team, wanted a top salary, and Juve on top of that requested at least a 28 point something million. So it was a mission impossible from the get-go. But regardless of that, we made that choice not to renew last season already with very objective thoughts and analysis of the way that Vlahovic handles things. I don't think it's fair to now say that, okay, maybe we should because David is not doing well, Openda's not doing well. It doesn't impact each other. It doesn't mean because Openda's not doing well that Vlahovic automatically does better. That's not the way it works. Then, the best thing to do for me is sell Jonathan David as well, because you got him on a free. Let Vlahovic go, use that money and buy one decent striker.
I think you have something here. Beppe, by the way, while you were gone, we lost nearly 1,000 followers. Sorry.
Yeah,
They all
that
left.
happened.
They all
I
went
don't know.
to
Let's go with a quiz.
Not just viewers. You lost followers and subscribers.
You know that's even true what you are saying, because we were at 797, I believe, and we are at 794. So
it's all that Kenan Yildiz talk. It's all that Kenan.
Yeah, I mean, listen. It hurts me to admit, but we're on a podcast. We have to give honest opinions and give something for people to think about. But last thing I want to do, I want to put that on record. Last thing I want us to do is sell Kenan Yildiz, my boy. I mean, that was my grandma's first name. How can I not love him?
Kenan. Your grandmother was called Kenan.
How dare you? Her name was Yildiz, and Yildiz is Azeri for Yildiz is Turkish. But so yeah, I feel really close to him. And plus, he waved to us in Orlando. He's a really nice kid. And he waved to you, the man of the people.
He's of the biggest friends with Beppe. Just that reason alone is enough. Is enough for him to stay at least 2-3 years. Can we agree on that, Beppe?
He wished me a happy birthday.
I mean,
beautiful,
amazing.
Beautiful.
Hey, but I mean, I don't want to brag, I wouldn't dare. But I got a happy birthday from you too, Beppe. That means also a lot to me.
Even in advance, one day before.
Even you even twice, I think. The day before and then the day
And the
itself.
day
I mean,
itself, indeed.
I mean,
Yeah, I
what
saw
what
that.
more could a guy want? I mean, amazing.
All right,
The floor
boys and
is
girls.
yours.
Alessandro, by the way, I don't think people know Alessandro Belpiero. Look at him. He's my
Show him
longest.
closer to the
my-
camera.
My focus is out of focus. I need to
Yeah.
just show it right here. Alessandro Belpiero has been with me for 13 years of the podcast. He will indicate a correct answer. Can you play? Do you have a buzzer or something somewhere? But anyways, the game goes like this. We played this before. We had a blast. Since there's not a lot of questions, if you answer wrong, the answer goes to the next person and they can steal a point. Yes. I think Beppe started last time. Am I correct? Because you're the host.
Could be.
Can't remember.
Let Frederick start.
All right, let's Frederick start. There will be this is more on numbers. So whoever comes, I'm not expecting you guys to know the exact answer, but that would be nice. But whoever comes the closest to the reply,
Okay.
let's get it started. This is a double question. Chance for you. We're going to go until 3. Whoever reaches 3 points first.
So first is Frederick does answers, right? So I
Yes,
shut up.
correct. Frederick, in which season did Dybala score his most goals for Juve? What season?
Do I need?
You guys have to close your.
I have to close the chat. Wait.
Because Juve fans are really smart. Oh, he closed
wait.
himself.
He's looking on internet.
All right, just don't.
No.
Just don't look in the comments. Just stay with us.
I'll just no. I'll just look in the. I have the private chat open, so don't type
There
in
you
the
go.
private chat either.
Perfect, because the answers are already in there.
Do I need to spell out the whole season as an?
No,
I
man.
think-
Just give me the years. The year
it was-
where
for
Dybala
me,
scored the most.
2017, 2018.
Frederick is up 1-0. Beppe, you get the next question. Congratulations, Frederick. That was a good one. Beppe, you have a chance to tell us how many goals Paulo Dybala scored in the season 17-18.
All competition or only Serie A? Because I know sometimes people are
All competitions.
23.
Oh!
Can I answer?
Frederick has a chance to go up 2-0. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
$22.
Frederick has a chance
I
to
was
win the whole thing.
lucky. Sorry, I just.
Frederick has a chance to topple the man of the
sorry.
house. Don't apologize. That was a good. The game might be over before we know it. Let's give Beppe a chance. I don't want it to be a 3-0.
No,
Beppe,
it's Frederick's turn. That's the rule.
Beppe, on this day
Yeah.
in 2022. Is it 2022?
What does that mean? We are 25. What are you trying to do?
on this
here?
on this day 3 years ago in 2022?
Okay.
Juventus won brilliantly against Lazio. The score was 3-0. If you can name me at least 2 goal scorers in that game.
In 2022 against Lazio.
It's a really difficult question. But we'll get there. Whoever can name me the winners.
So it was 22-23. Allegri on the bench.
Was it at home? Sorry. If I can ask.
It was at home.
A home
Yes.
game.
Who was there? 2023. No Ronaldo up front. We had.
I'll give you a hint. It's 3 goals, but 2 players.
Yeah.
That's not much of a hint.
You only have to name 2 people. I can change the question if it's too difficult.
No. I'm trying to think. Dybala was already gone in 22-23, so it's the next scorer. But now I have a black.
Okay,
I
it's a
don't know.
difficult one. I understand.
I don't
Let's
know.
go to Frederick. Maybe that question was a little too difficult.
No. It could be the wrong answer as a whole, but I think one of the players that's still in our team right now that we don't see, that we
Sort
sometimes
of.
don't know if he's still
Yes,
alive,
yes.
scored a goal back then. I think Milik scored a goal.
That is correct. That is correct. And that's the last time he was seen alive. That's right.
Yeah.
There's
Was his
still-
last goal for Juventus as well, I think.
Milik and Moise. Yeah. Okay. So Cristiano is confirming my answer. That's correct. Let's give Beppe a chance to go. Let's give Beppe. I have a couple of other questions.
0. He won.
No. Let's go to 4.
Okay.
Since
Okay.
Pjanic is back, Beppe, really quickly, you have to go within 5 seconds. You have to give me an
Okay.
answer to have
Okay.
a chance. How many Scudetti does Pjanic have with Juventus?
Wait. He arrived in for 4.
3-1. You're not going home a complete. Well, you're home already, but you're not going to be a complete loser. Let's see if Frederick can do 4-1, and we'll be done. Whoever comes closest will get this answer correctly. Frederick, how many yellow cards has Chiellini received in his Juventus career? It's it's a lot bigger.
Correct. With the national team as well, or just
No, just Juventus. Google gave me the answer. I know there's always different, but this is the most correct answer I found. I was shocked to see how many yellow cards Chiellini has received. Just give us a number for the sake of time, and then we'll go to
17.
Terrible. You're not even trying. How many yellow cards, Beppe?
I would go with let's put it easy. The closest one you said.
Closest one, yes.
18. I won. Because it's probably in the 40, something like that.
It's 105, believe it or not. 105 yellow cards. That's I searched high and low. That's the result. It's between 96 and 105, but way more than 17. 17 yellow cards. Have you seen Chiellini play? He got 17 cards probably in one season sometime.
I always remember Chiellini to
avoid them.
No, but like a couple of reds because he went over the line. I can imagine, but I just don't remember Chiellini getting a lot of yellow cards for some reason. I don't know.
No, I remember. But then he would hug the guy, and everybody would be friendly. They would.
Yeah, it was never like, ooh, this is a red, but it's a yellow situation. So
Buffon and Chiellini would always hug their opponents. Well done, boys. Frederick is the winner. I think it's 1-1 between you two guys, but yeah.
Now, what do you say? It was 3 for Frederick, and now it's 2 for me.
What do you?
He was closest. He was closest.
He was.
I played smart. He said 17.
Yeah.
I said 18.
Yeah, well, you were close. Technically,
we need a tiebreaker.
But the thing is, I ran out of questions, so we're gonna have
Frederick won.
we're gonna have to settle on Frederick. Boys, I always say I'm so impressed by your answers. I wouldn't even come close to those replies. So good job, boys.
Bravo. But to be totally honest, technically, Frederick already won the game.
No, it was a team
okay.
effort. We had fun. It was okay. Next time you win.
It's like that to remember goals like that from teams. If you want to beat me, give me, like a game like that out of the. I have difficulties.
That's okay. There was difficult questions. I mean,
to be fairly honest, the Dybala goals, I just guessed.
I mean, my reaction to 23 was a little. He was super close. But can you believe Dybala in his best season scored 22 goals for us? But that was a great
Yeah,
season.
but he also gave out 10 or 12 assists. I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
No, no,
What was 17, 18 was the which jersey did we wear that year? 17, 18. That was the weird
uh,
no, no,
no,
no, no, no.
solid and then one little stripe.
No, no, it was
there
a
was
beautiful one
beautiful
with
shit.
Mao
Yeah.
call that you closed with two buttons
The
Yeah,
here,
that's I
yeah,
have one.
and
I
you had the
have him on.
golden details of
yeah,
Adidas
That's right.
golden
the
with a
yellow one.
beautiful stripe. Yeah, it was. Wait, I will
The
show
Yeah,
but
you.
they had
give me a kit with a little collar and little buttons any day, because we should be able to wear. There you go. Huh.
I have twice.
it's a
By the way, I have a signed
thing of
shirt of Dybala. Or this one.
Oh,
thing of
beautiful.
beauty.
This one.
Yeah, that was
Mm.
gorgeous. That was a gorgeous kit, man.
I have the Palace, the anniversary edition with Adidas.
Did you buy the original?
Yes,
How
because
much?
I was into sneakers at that time, and
Mhm.
I was using software to bought sneaker sites as well. And
Nice.
this bot that I had worked on Palace as well. So
Can
when it
we
released,
do a new quiz? If I win, you give me the Palace shirt that I'm missing in my collection.
You give him Dybala if he wins.
you know
Yeah,
what, you know what, I'll give you the Palace shirt nonetheless because it lies in my drawer. I never wear football t-shirts. I don't know if you
yeah.
noticed on podcasts even. I don't like
No,
it.
no, no, no,
It
no,
always
no.
no, I really
I don't
don't.
accept gifts. No.
Yeah, you have to, or else we have an argument, Pepe.
Just do
You
it.
can, you know what you can do? You can give it to me for 1 month and then I give it back. So that
No, you know what
it
I'll
was
do?
there 1 month in my
I'll make you
collection.
forget about it, and then when we meet, I'll just slip it in without you noticing, and then I say bye bye, Farhad.
Alessio is there in the chat, the one that created the intro music that Zach is loving.
Beautiful.
Oh, it is well done, Alessio.
I was
Alessio has
dancing
a
Well
to
done.
it.
beautiful recording studio. One day I need to go there because I decided I need to make a song. I want to chant. I want to sing.
Oh
I don't
dear,
know if I think that then YouTube will ban the channel, but I will try. I will
you
try.
can try. You can
Alessio
try.
is
You
good.
could try. You could try. One question that's been been bugging me, or I wanted to ask not only you but the people following as well. If we, as a team, we do some sort of turnaround and we start competing for Scudetto in terms of points that we gain, when will we start believing that it will be a possibility? What's like the cutoff time in the season that when you start competing point wise for a title? At what point do you actually feel as a fan, okay, this just might happen? Is there like do you guys feel that there's a certain moment that's predefined in a season that you think, okay, if we're still top 2 or top 3 at the end of, I don't know, middle of April, then it's something that could possibly happen? Or is it too much of other things
I say April. April sounds about right.
Yeah, it's the end of the Serie A, April.
no, I mean, is there another point what you think?
Match day.
Yeah,
What match day, Farad?
Oh, match day. I mean,
On
you
38.
still I mean, mathematically you can still be in it, 4 games to go, so 34. I mean, you look at last year what happened with Inter. You never know. You have to be on point every game, you don't want to be a team that lost it in the last.
because there's something interesting that I noticed. Spalletti, when he starts a season with a team, they start really well, and then December, January, they fall down a bit. There are other teams which he, took over in the middle of the season, and they just performed like crazy. So I'm thinking if we do the same now with the little break coming up and a couple of team members there at Continassa, and we do the same. I mean, it's not like we're in a dramatic state table-wise, point-wise.
Yeah.
It's not
Mine-
good,
we
but
are
it's not
-5, huh?
something. Yeah, So
Well, the last let me tell you guys, the last 6 games of the season are against Bologna, Milan, Verona, Lecce, Fiorentina, and Torino. So it's very doable. Last 6 games, if we get it going, to get
I tell you,
those last points.
the general opinion when you hear Spalletti arriving is speaking about Scudetto, and then we win with Brambilla against Udinese, with him against Cremonese. There were already people that were really already starting like, hey, we will win the Scudetto. So I believe that
Mhm.
if you win the next 3 games in Serie A, people will really believe in it. So in terms of general opinion, then to really believe in it, yeah, I think that if you're there at match day 30, you really start to
mm,
seriously believe in it.
yeah,
30, yeah, something like that. Then everything can happen. And there is just one thing that I don't agree with. I will never agree with is with Hussein Layouba that is saying, frankly, we have a bad team and we don't have it a team to win the Scudetto. But if we win, it's because the other ones are bad. That's something that I will never personally, never understand. Statements like that. I mean, there is one winner, and we have as Juventini always the tendency as when we win we belittle what we accomplished. The
yeah,
9 Scudetti in a row, yeah, but because there was no competition. Yeah, but Interisti, when they had 14 Scudetti and they were hand over the 15th, they celebrated with smoking, with a party. They didn't even win it. And from there on, they won the 16th, 17th, 18th, and I believe 18 until 18. I believe nobody will ever say, not a single Interista will ever say, uh, we have 20 Scudetti. It's because one was handed over, because Milan was with minus 30 points, because Juve was in Serie B, because Fiorentina was there. And the time that they went back and winning, that's why we won. Otherwise, never in our life we will have won them,
yeah,
which is even the correct truth, because before that, every single team in Italy was winning. Sampdoria, Roma, Lazio, Milan, Juve, they were not winning since 1989, but not a single one. So I think that at a certain moment we should be a bit proud of our victories, one. Then, if the other ones are losing, it's because they were less good than Juve. That the level of Serie A decreased in a whole, we all agree with that. We are not liars, we are not blind. But if Juve wins, it's because we were better than the other ones. Like if Roma wins the season, it's because they were the better ones than the others. Like last year, Napoli was like no Roma. It's a long time ago. Like Inter was, like Napoli was the year before, like Milan was the year before. Yes, sometimes it's because some people they auto sabotage them, like we saw, but that's because the other ones were there. So I will never agree with it's because the other ones were bad. Yeah, it's true. They were less good than the winner.
Are we winning the Scudetto now, boys? For me, I feel like, speaking of short term, next game against Fiorentina is so important because we were disrespected as Juventus, as Juve fans last time we went to Florence to play them. So I feel like a statement win would be a great win against Fiorentina if Spalletti is able to do that.
there are two major things that can make or break our season. One is how Spalletti evolves with or without the team. What is he going to adapt? What is he going to adjust? What is he going to do? And the second thing is if we get, and I'm fairly sure we'll get reinforcements in January. Maybe not big names, whatever, but if they are of added value to Juventus, if they are of added value, then we will be stronger. If you put players in a position that are better than the guys that are playing now, automatically you become 10%, 15% stronger. If you have that and Spalletti doing what Spalletti usually does, and the effect will be transferred onto the team, then attenzione, because January and February are really strange months and anything
Yeah,
can happen. So
yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to win it, but I'm saying there's a possibility we can compete if everything aligns in the right timing and in the right position, and And look at Napoli, Anguissa's out as well. That's the third ACL. I mean, Napoli has all but lost the championship already. Milan is very inconsistent. Inter also not the Inter that we know. The only squad right now that is really performing for me is Roma, but even for me, they're overperforming. They need to
They're
get their
overperforming.
yeah.
To me,
yeah.
if Spalletti finds the key, this team is stronger than Roma
Yeah, without a
in
doubt.
quality. Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. And then it remains to be seen what Inter will do, because let's be honest, they're no fools either. They're going to get somebody or some more players in January as well. So Milan, I don't see. No, there's too much work for one season for Milan to be done to be winning.
And on that one, we see each other. I don't know, guys. And now because next Thursday, I should be in Leeds for the trophy for the football content award that I don't know if I will win or not.
Are you nominated?
Of course he is.
Oh my goodness!
La Madonna.
He didn't even
Congratulations.
vote. Farhad. Disaster. So actually, I was in the last 15 for a best international podcast.
Wow.
And then we go there and we'll see if we won or not. I have no idea.
Can you not do a live from there?
If we win, I go live.
Yeah,
I send the link.
You have to.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Pepe, you need to promote it better a little next time. If I didn't vote, person who has personal contact with you, come on, I didn't even know.
It was in the podcast with the link and everything. I was there.
I'm just so busy nowadays. I apologize, Pepe.
But you could.
If I lose,
can I still vote?
No, it's over. You cannot vote anymore. It's like 50%. 50% will be from the people that voted, and 50% from the jury. If I lose for one vote, we know who to blame.
I'm sure you're not gonna lose. We will celebrate. We will celebrate. Are you gonna wear a tuxedo?
What is that tuxedo?
How do you say? I don't
Smoking.
know.
So I will go. Yeah.
With a bow tie.
I know I have. By the way, I need to find it back, the tie, but maybe I will buy another one. I don't know yet.
Do the bow tie. Do the bow tie.
Like
if you need to buy a new one, do the bow tie. Yeah. At least if you win in style. If you lose in style.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I have. I have the glasses already. For
let's see.
Oh, guys, this I tell you, for the content creators that are going
Meta.
Life changer. Seriously, this helped me so much for the content that I created in the last 2 days. Chapeau.
Because why?
It's Meta. You can record
camera. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This was.
I'm too old for that. I don't even know how to send a GIF on WhatsApp. So
no. I promise you, game changer.
Beautiful.
So,
can you wear it at any occasion?
If I can wear it, where?
Can you wear it at any occasion? Like if I were to.
I had
that opens perspective.
I took them for the first time for the trip. Now when I went first to Torino and then to Miami, and you can just plug them off. And then
I'll use them in the classroom when I teach, and just put it on. You're all on camera. Behave.
Yeah. The only problem is, and that I was a bit disappointed on that one, is that you have a maximum length of 3 minutes. Then you need to start another video. That's a bit a pity. So 3-minute max. Ragazzi miei, it's time to say goodbye. And a big thank you, first of all, to the chat that is always there. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Ahmad Sako, to Flying Tracker, to LJJ, to Jack, to Husemla Juve, to 99 Colo, our friend, to all the people that were there. Thank you to you. Thank you to Farhad. Thank you, Master of the Quiz. Thank you, the biggest, the oldest ever English content podcast on earth. Thank you, Farhad.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, Frederic.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Chad.
See you next week, guys. Ciao, ciao.
Forza Juve.
What's Eva, boys?